Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Dial-R With Tactics. In this Eternal Evolution video, we're going to be doing a deep dive into another SSS Hunter, that being Azena. Okay, now Azena, you're going to be able to get her in week 2 if you're a brand new player, but you're not going to want to because they're also going to give you Emma in week 2, and you can get more copies by pulling on the Emma banner and going for Emma versus Azena. That's not to say that Azena is not bad. She is not a bad character. It's just that she's a triple S hunter, so triple S are generally good, but she was specifically built and designed to supplement Emma. So get your Emma first, get her up to a workable level, get like at least exclusive 20 on her, and then the next time an Azena banner comes around, work on your Azena, and she'll boost your Emma. If you go for Azena in week 2 instead of Emma, you're going to have an okay hunter, but she is definitely not the correct path if you're trying to build an optimal, efficient, free-to-play roster. So let's dive into the recorded footage, the deep dive footage on Emma, in that we're going to discuss how to build her, we're going to go through her kit, we're going to discuss where she's good, and throughout the video I'm going to constantly harp on you, and I'm going to probably say the name Emma more than Azena. So let's dive right in, shall we?
Azena. Lovely Azena. I love this animation. It's very, 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 very cool. They did a great job on this character. So we're going to go directly to the gear. As I say always, 99% of you are coming to look at how to build her or how to gear her. So she is a gluttony-based attack character. So the hands, as you see, one set of gluttony, which is a 4-piece set that you can only get from Ancient Altar, and then a hero set. And your primary on the hands, head, and feet are all going to be attack percent primary. We'll get into why in her kit. So as you see, my head or my hand has an attack primary. Defense reduction, crit damage, defense not really great. You kind of want to look for an X attack secondary. Same thing with your hands, as you see. Attack percent primary hands. I don't have an X attack, an extra attack flat secondary. My feet, again, same thing here. The weapon, chest, and legs, you all want to look for attack percent secondary. So as you see, my weapon has an attack plus 2% secondary. My chest does not. I'm probably gonna have to look for one, and my feet do not as well. So I'd say optimally would be attack percent secondary with an X attack, right, stat. I'll go looking for those later on, but that is how you want to gear her, and the reason why you want attack speed is based on her kit. So we're going to go into her kit right now. So her ultimate, Azena deploys the Holy Butterfly Cannon, which is an awesome name, I love it, and fires 6 rounds, so 6 separate attacks, with each attack inflicting 240% of attack as damage. And then her talent modifier says when it's all said and done, all those 6 attacks are done, she's going to do a triple mollywop. 1,000 attack is damage, just a single burst damage to the enemy. Machine God's Prayer, which is so metal. I like it. Azena prays to the Machine God. Increasing the attack of allies in the same row by 7% for 8 seconds. And the talent modifier is going to also increase the users, which is Azena. It's going to increase her attack speed. Whenever they say user, they mean the character you're reading it on. It's going to also, so she's going to buff her neighbor's attack, and she's going to increase her attack speed by 350 for 8 seconds, which is why you want her in a gluttony set, right? And this is also why you want to pair her with Emma. So she's giving Emma, as you see mine at 220 or 240, I'm at level 4. It's going to increase Emma's attack, or whoever's in the same row as her, by 10. It's going to increase their attack by 10% for 8 seconds. Now, you want somebody that's going to benefit the most from that attack, and Emma is built the same way as Azena, gluttony set all attack, which is why Azena by herself, and it's really unfortunate that their banners are on the same week. You're kind of forced to go for Emma in week 2, and you're not going to get Azena until probably a lot later. If you go for Azena over Emma in week 2, you're really doing a disservice to your account. Not saying that's totally wrong, that's your choice, but it's a disservice to your account. Azena is made to pair with Emma. You know how Prygor and Moriyami, those are two AoE hunter characters, are basically built to go together? Well, that is Azena and Emma. You can run Emma by herself. She's fabulous. Azena by herself is okay. Run her with Emma, and then she's a lot better because of what she brings to the table to buff Emma's kit. She's also kind of like Sorvali and Anpu. Anpu by himself is good, but you pair him with Sorvali and he's excellent, right? It's the same kind of dynamic. It looks like they're really leaning into these kind of characters. Overwhelming Barrage. Azena overloads her Holy Blutterfly Cannon. I'm just going to say that Blutterfly Cannon because it even sounds better. Granting each attack bonus damage equal to 103% of attack for 10 seconds. While overloaded, Azena cannot inflict crit damage, and the talent modifier extends that by 5 seconds. So for 15 seconds, every time she uses this skill, she cannot crit, which is why you do not want to build her with crit or crit damage, because for a vast majority of the fight, it's going to be worthless. She can't do it. So that is why, as you saw, I went attack on the hands, right? And her passive. At the start of battle, Azena summons a mirror image of the Holy Butterfly Cannons, right? And it's going to follow around the ally in the same row and assist in their attacks. Again, why you want to pair her with Emma. For the next 4 attacks, the cannon launches a light speed bullet that inflicts 300% attack as damage. When Azena gains bonus attack speed, which she's going to get from this skill right here, Machine God's Prayer. When she gains bonus attack speed, the number of light speed bullets fired by the cannon increases. The attack speed bonus when she's at 300 to 599, the cannon fires 2 bullets. When she's at 600 or more, the cannon fires 3 light speed bullets. So there, keep that number in mind, 600 or more. So a gluttony set gives her 250 attack speed, right? 250, and then this is 350, which puts her right at 600. Again, why she has to be in a gluttony set, because that's going to tick her over and put her right at 600, where the light speed, or she's going to do 3 light speed bullets. If there is no ally in the same row when the ally is in the same row is killed, or when the ally is killed, so if Emma dies, Azena will give the butterfly cannon target to an ally in the battlefield with the highest attack. Very, very, very simple. Very intuitive. And the talent modifier reads each time the Holy Butterfly Cannon engages in a joint attack, permanently increase the attack of Azena and her ally by 2% up to a maximum of 10%. So again, why you want to pair her with Emma? To give Emma even more power. More, give me more. So yes, so Azena basically built to run with Emma. I'm not saying you can't run her other places. I'm just saying that's where you're probably going to get the maximum amount of efficiency pairing those two together. Her exclusive, Machine God's Prayer, which is the second skill. It's enhanced. Azena also gains an equal amount of attack for 8 seconds. So definitely, that's just the unlock. You're going to get that. Cool. Good. She gets 8% more attack. Salvo Cannon. When cast, the skill immediately triggers a passive joint attack with auto search. Okay. Auto search. I do believe. Oh yeah, that's where she's gonna double the butterfly cannon's gonna go off when the other person's goes off, right? That's her passive. Auto search enhanced. The trigger condition for joint attacks is reduced to every 3 basic attacks, so more damage. I would say 20 is good. We'll just read the level 30 for just our sake. Auto search enhanced. Again, bullets fired by the Holy Butterfly Cannon joint attack also apply damage equal to 180% of the ally's attack. It's actually really good. And I'm going to recommend that if you are assigned to be the whale boss killer or on a whale boss team in Guild Hunt, you can think about doing Azena's X30. I am going to caveat that with saying there are better choices. There's kind of a hierarchy for how you want to X30 a character, given that is the most rare material in the game. So can you take her to 30? She definitely benefits from it. It's not wasted, but she's not a high priority character. So keep that in mind. If you are a dedicated whale killer and you have Emma at X30 first, by all means, go for it. Just keep in mind that you're going to want characters like Masrani Daniel first before Azena. Her talents, as you see, she's an SSS character. I have all the majors and I have all of the attack ones maxed out. I didn't put anything more into health or defense or accuracy. I would say that you can avoid those for the most part. If you're a super Kraken and you're swimming in soul potions, by all means max it out. But these are the ones that are going to be most important and most beneficial to you. These are the ones you should do. And then let's talk about commanders. What commanders does she benefit with? She's always going to benefit from Brunhild. So that's this one right here. As you see right there, I got one that's +2 ultimate. But really what you want to shoot for optimally is you always want a +2 ultimate Emma. So this one's really good, even though it doesn't have Azena on it. It's going to give the middle more attack, and it's going to give hunters 8%, which is, they're not going to benefit from the crit damage. They're just not. But if you put them in the middle row, paired together, you know, you kind of benefit more from a +2 ultimate Emma than, I should say, what you want to look for is a +1 all skills Azena and a +2 ultimate Emma. That's what you should be looking for, to tell you the truth. So yeah, just keep in mind crit rate. Like, there's crit rate, that's not going to benefit her. This is my best one right here, but it's not optimal because hunters can benefit from crit damage, but that's more of a Taylor and a Botmart thing. That's not an Azena or an Emma thing. But Brunhild is your commander. Prototypes. My favorite prototype for hunters is actually Soaring Medallion. That's really nice. Vision Stone is good for short fights with a debuffer. And Red Thorn is good for longer fights, right? Just adds more attack percent. You know, can you use Prying Eyes? You can, but Prying Eyes relies on you critting, so it's not optimal with Azena. Actually, this one, you know, increases the speed. Really, you're probably going to benefit the most from Red Thorn, Vision Stone, and Sword Medallion. Those are really the three you should really concern yourself with. So, now, where do you use Azena? Where do I use her? Well, if I could show you my Ancient Altar, which I can't, I use both of them, Azena and Emma, in the last boss, the main boss. Very, very good there. Keep in mind, Emma and Azena are single target high damage characters. So they're going to benefit most, or they're going to be most effective on bosses with those mechanics. So the last boss in Ancient Altar, Disa Caves, as you see, they are my team. They are on my main team, my speed team for Disa Caves. Whale boss, Guild Hunt. Can't click on anything because we don't got one done, but the whale boss, you're gonna want Emma, or you're gonna want Azena for the whale boss. You're gonna have to have Emma though, really. Emma is the linchpin of any whale boss team. And then the only other place I really use her, Story, no, she's too squishy. Soul Mine, no, she's too squishy. Arena, no, she's not on any of my arena teams, she's too squishy. You know, like Assassin's Bailey, will just chop her down. Sincero Marsh, I actually do, at endgame, I do have her in my Sincero Marsh team, basically because Emma's just nuking it down before the eggs even hatch. And as such, I want Azena to buff her. So, she is on my Sincero team, but she's not going to be until you guys can just overpower it, just run through it, just brute force it. You're not going to use her in Terradome. Like I said, you're not going to use her in Soul Mine. Maybe the Faction Mine. Let's see. I don't think I do. I don't. But you are going to use her a lot. A ton in Twilight Lands on the Hunter Bond boss, on the Hunter Bond bosses and the Hunter Bond stage nodes. You're going to use those two exclusively for hunter bonds and hunter bosses. So, is she important? Yes, she does have a lot of uses, but she's going to be kind of niche. She's going to be a character you get closer to end game because you're more likely than not going to skip her in week 2, and then you're going to have to wait for an Azena banner. One came up about, I think it was a month ago, so who knows when the next Azena banner is going to be from this point. I think it's February 5th today. So Azena she's a good character. She is a good character. She's well built, but know that she's going to have to be paired with Emma pretty much every place you're going to use her. With that in mind, I'm going to bring this to an end. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, put them in the comments down below. I read every comment. The links in the description of this video include my Discord link. It includes my how to gear every character in the game spreadsheet, which also has my tier list on it, as well as my free-to-play week-by-week guide notes on it. And there's a link to my BlueStacks. There's my Eternal Evolution download link if you've just seen this video and you haven't downloaded the game yet. Those two things help me out. I've said too much already. I'm going to wrap it up here now, guys. Cheers. Peace. I'll see you in the next one, and bye-bye.